usually don't really make YouTube videos unless I have something that I'm either extremely pissed off about or passionate about. I just want to get something specific off my chest and feel like either somebody else hasn't really made a discussion about it, or if they have made a video about it, they haven't covered a point of view that I hold. If you're wondering about why I look so fucking gross and why I have this towel around me, it's because it's humid right now. It fucking hurts to breathe. I had to fucking save a bee from heat stroke earlier today. It's so bad. Have all the lights turned off in the house. It's everything I can do just to make it a little bit more cool and tolerable without turning up the AC. Because I can't really afford that. I wanted to talk about how after Vidcon, a lot of people felt like there was elitism among different YouTubers. When people get upset that specific people want to hang out together, you know, privately, not as a huge group, and they feel like they've been excluded or shunned and they don't know why, they try to make up reasons for it. It's like you have a clique in high school, a group of friends who have similar interests and they have similar personalities and they just enjoy hanging out with each other. Like, just because they have a clique and they enjoy each other's company doesn't mean they're being fucking elitists. Like, I appreciate and understand where you're coming from, because initially you might be a little turned off where you're hanging out with a group of people, say 15, 20 people, are all just hanging out having a good time. And then some of the more robust members of this gathering, like people who are conversation starters and people who get discussions going, they want to have more of a private discussion amongst themselves by themselves. It's not elitism to want to have a private discussion with somebody that you realize that you're very like-minded with. It's not elitism to want to have a more personal connection with somebody one-on-one. People will see this as elitism just because of shit like they'll say subscriber counts or why people are only talking to other people and shit like that, which isn't fucking true. Like, I know people who have 300, 400,000 subscribers and they are good friends with people who don't even fucking have YouTube accounts. How many people you have subscribed to you on YouTube doesn't dictate whether people are going to like you or not. However, being more popular and having more subscribers on YouTube and making content regularly will make your personality and your opinions more public and more openly seen. It's basically just advertising yourself and what you enjoy and what you're passionate about. I don't understand how people can get upset. Like, when you show up to a party and you don't know anybody personally, like you might know of them, but you don't know them personally. Just because you want to be their friend, it doesn't mean that they owe you friendship. If you want to be somebody's friend, it's your job. It's your obligation to make yourself presentable. Like, if you want to be a friend of somebody who is really into video games and they don't know what your opinion on video games are, like, use that as an opener. Show them, like, impress them with your knowledge and skill in video games. Don't just fucking expect people to know who you are and to like you just because you fucking showed up. And you have to keep in mind too, like, the more content you put out there and the more it's seen, the more people are going to have an idea of the kind of person you are, and the more they're going to know whether they'd like to meet you or not, or maybe even become your friend, or something closer than that, who knows? Like, would you call it elitism if you were in school, say lunch hour, you're hanging out with your friends, and then a random person you've never even met before, never even heard of, comes up to you and there's like, hey, I've been listening to your conversations and here's my phone number, we're gonna be friends. It's like, you're forcing yourself onto these people and they don't even know who you are. Why wouldn't their guard be up? Why would they want to be like, you're lucky if they're polite and gratuitous towards you at that point, because you're just being aggressively obnoxious and pushy. Like, you see people make the argument that, oh, it's all of these major names who want to hang out exclusively with themselves. They don't want to hang out with us plebeians, us low subscriber count YouTubers. It's like, most of these people spend their time fixated on their own YouTube channels, and that's why they're popular. That's why they're known. That's why people want to get to know them. It's because they've dedicated so much time and effort into putting their opinions and who they are out there. If you haven't put out the same effort, you can't expect there to be the same level of excitement from people to get to know who you are when they don't even know who you are yet. And that's not to say that you're not a good or an entertaining person or somebody wouldn't be a great friend. But they don't know who you are, and you have to establish yourself first. You have to let them know, like, the kind of person you are. And just forcing yourself, like, just trying to get that friendship within the first 10 minutes of meeting somebody so you can get in the group and all that. You're just sabotaging yourself. You're putting yourself in a position where nobody's going to want to be with you. Nobody's going to want to hang out with you because they're going to feel like you're only hanging out with them to get, up in to raise in the levels of popularity, I guess. Like, do you not realize that people are popular because they're likable or they have opinions that people share and enjoy? You don't just become somebody's friend because you share the same opinions. You become their friend because you share enjoyable experiences with each other, such as bonding or going to events and doing shit together. But you can't just be expected to be invited to everything people do just because they're fucking present and you want to be their friend. I just feel like anybody who's calling anybody an elitist just for one private time with their personal friends or friends that they've recently became very close to is just jealousy or petty. I don't know, this is the problem with off-the-cuff videos, is that I work so much better when I write out a script and plan out my thoughts, but I don't know, I'm trying to be a little bit more organic at the same time too. Just be chill, because I can guarantee nobody's gonna want to be your friend if you try to shame everybody into liking you.